Good afternoon to all. I'm Dr. R.J. Jodi, Assistant Professor in the Department of Agronomy. Today we will discuss about the dry farming concepts. So what is the dry farming? So it is the cultivation of crops in the area having the rainfall is less than 750 mm of annual rainfall. So it is a category under called as the dry farming. So here the important characteristics of the dry farming is the most occurring in crop failure pertaining to the insufficient of rainfall. So the dry farming area in the area world is around 41%, and particularly in India is 68%. It is around 32 million hectare. So what is the concepts of dry farming? So here the crops adapted to dry farming may be either it is drought resistant or drought evasive. So in these crops adapted to the dry farming are usually smaller or quicker to mature than those who grown under humid conditions are usually allotted more space. So there are three different concepts involved in the dry farming. So first one is the dry farming, another one is the dryland farming. So next one is the rain-fed farming. So the three categories, it is based on the rainfall receiving only. We have categories in the three contents. The first one is the dry farmings. So here the cultivation of crops in regions with the annual rainfall less than 750 mm is called as the dry farming. So the cultivation of crops in regions with annual rainfall is around 750 to 1100 mm is called as the dryland farming. Then cultivation of crops in regions with annual rainfall is more than 1100 mm. It is categorized as the rain-fed farming. So in dry farmings, we are growing the length of growing season is less than 75 days occurring. Then dryland farming is the semi-arid tracts with growing period between the 7 to 120 days with the duration of growing season. Then rain-fed farming, these are the humid regions with the growing period of more than 120 days. So here among the three categories, the dry farming, it is most crop failure is occur because of the more dry spell during the cropping periods. Then dryland farming, in spite of prolonged dry spells in crop failure, is relatively less frequent compared to the dryland farming. Then rain-fed farming is the crops are not subjected to soil moisture stress during the cropping period. So what are the strategies we improving the dryland farming? So here we can reducing the evaporation losses. So we can use some of the techniques like mulching like that. Then reducing the transpiration losses. The water loss content will be reduced in this content. Then we have to install some windbreaks and shelter belts. Then weed control methods, physically or chemically. Then enriched farmyard manure we have to apply in the soil before the ploughing season. Then we have to use some crop adaptation techniques, and we have used some moisture conservation techniques, and finally we have adopted some water harvesting techniques. Thank you all.